So, all right, when you with your bees, are you able? Do you have enough in your pile? I mean, in your inventory to actually distribute the wax also, or you have? Do you have enough?
Beekeepers usually recycle the wax and send back the bulk wax solid blocks to beekeeping manufacturers
Oh, okay.
because they get a pretty price for it, and it's recycled and sent back to it it's they make a foundation, um, and why I say foundation, you have the frames inside the hives,
Sure.
and on each frame you put a sheet of foundation, just like you're building a house. You start off with a foundation.
Sure.
Well, this foundation sheet on the frame, you actually where you put it there that the bees would start building the cells, because it's like a sheet of a thick sheet of uh, maybe say about 5 pages from a book together, but you have the cell shape already on the wax. So now the bees would just extend these holes out, that make in making the comb.
Okay.
So you send the stuff, the bulk wax back to the manufacturers, and they send you foundation when you in return. So it cut down on your costs.
Well, the next time we have you here would be in December. We would like to end the year with you, and would like you to bring pictures and things so I can get a more visual of what exactly you're talking. You understand? Because I'll be honest with you, I know far as the wax and stuff, and I've seen hives on television, but I have not seen. You know what I mean? The story we get behind bees, is that they chase you and attack you, and
it's strange that you say that they would chase you and attack you and stuff like that. I did a demonstration in Monmouth County Fair back in the end of July, and I was demonstrating to my viewers not to try swatting the bees when they come by, because it's a friendly insect. It comes by, it's investigating what's on, and if you move your hand slowly across your face and move the bee, actually touch the bee and move him away in front of your face, it's a lot safer than trying to swat him.
So you're saying that all right, because I had that problem.
Yeah.
I think it was yesterday that I had to move some bees, and I the winter's coming, so with my Russian hat, I think I tried to knock daylights out of them.
Yeah.
So you're saying don't knock them, just push them lightly.
Just move your hand across your face and move him away from your face. He's just coming around and investigating. But if you should swing and miss, now you're asking for trouble.
Okay. So that angers him when you try.
Yep.
Okay, because I didn't know that. Because I tell you, I had tried to knock his head off.
Okay.
So that's where education comes in. That's why it's so important that we have a more educated dialogue on things.
Is the same hold true for yellow jacks?
In terms of swatting them, I would say so, yes. Because they come around, they're looking for food, they're looking for something.
Oh, okay.
So you swing your hand at them and miss. Well, the bees, I think, would quicker. I don't want to use the word attack, but they would come back at you. If you should hit them and they're still flying, I think they would come back. But the yellow jackets, most of the times they just go about their business.
Now, what's the difference between the bee and the yellow jacket?
Size, basically size, and then in terms of the yellow jackets are not into honey making.
Okay, that's the bees that we normally see around here. I mean, that's the
yellow jackets.
Yeah, they're the ones that we call the bees here, because I call all of them bees. I don't know. I don't take time to identify you a yellow jack or you a bee.
I would try and bring the next time coming in and show you the difference, because there is a difference in size.
Okay. Yes, I would definitely like to see that right there, because I guess I'm like most people. We just think they're all bees.
The yellow jacks hang around fruit and honey. I mean, fruit and garbage. They'd be around the garbage and all of that. Those those are the yellow jacks. The bees
Okay.
mostly be around the flowers and stuff.
Yeah, find bees along the garbage too from time to time. But when I say garbage, not it's things like soda cans and stuff like that.
Oh, 'cause they
Sweet
go for the
stuff,
sugar.
liquid, yeah.
Oh, they will go for the sugar,
Yeah.
and they will eat junk food and things.
Not. Well, the yellow jackets wouldn't go on meat stuff or all burgers and stuff like that in the garbage. So the bees wouldn't do that either. But they're going for anything sweet that they can get in the garbage stuff.
Okay.
Sweet stuff, soda cans and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I mentioned last time he was on the show that there was some either bees or yellow jacks that was in my yard, and it was in a hole.
Mm.
It was like in the mud, like in a big hole, you know. And
More than likely that was yellow jackets.
yeah, and I moved something, and all these bees, well, yellow jacks you call them, come up out of the hole.
Sure will.
They chased me too. I ran. It was about 30 or 40. It was a lot of them down there, you know. And everything. Someone said they were mud bees. So I said, well, I know they hide in the mud.
Well, the yellow jackets, they build their nest too up in the eave of the house and stuff like that.
Okay.
So,
Now, are they able to produce honey, those yellow jacks also?
no,
Will it-
not that I know of.
Oh,
And
okay.
if so at all, it's just for feeding the young stuff, but not with the honeybees, because they produce so much honey in abundance that we take what we think they don't need,
Sure.
from them. But the yellow jackets are not like that. I don't think that they do. And if I'm wrong, it's just for their young, and that's it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I've seen few I guess, yellow jack hides. In fact, one of my old cars, they had done something in one of the mirrors, I moved the mirror to move.
I really couldn't tell you much about the yellow jackets other than their difference in size, but and they live
So
in
what,
this-
no, so the yellow jacks don't do any pollination and stuff. What is their purpose?
What?
Are they just like the pigeons or the bees? You gotta.
Nah, I don't want to give misleading information. And like I said, honeybees, that's my forte.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the things also I know about honey is that it's a useful thing for diabetic ulcers. If you have a diabetic ulcer like on a foot,
Sure.
one of the latest things I've heard is that if you take honey and pour it on there, that it has healing properties. Tremendous. Just pour the honey on it and wrap it. That's one of the things that I've heard in because I'm into the health thing too, and I see that's cutting edge. It can maybe turn around a situation of somebody that has diabetes if you take that raw honey and pour it on there and wrap it. It has healing properties.
So
Okay, I know
what
it's used for burns also. You got, burns. You take the honey and you put it over. It sort of
Cool it.
protects the
Heals
burn
it.
skin, and healing also. It protects the burn skin from the air picking up infection and heals.
Wow. Okay, so there's many uses for this honey.
Yeah.
Outside of just putting it in coffee or whatever,
Oh.
I
Let me highlight too. Honey, people tend to put honey in the refrigerator because they say, oh, they're keeping it away from the ants and stuff. You don't want to refrigerate honey. And honey is the only food, and I would repeat, only food that never spoils. You see at the bottom of the jar, you would see forms of granulation taking place at the bottom.
Sure.
That's
I've seen
because the
that.
viscosity is getting thick and thick as it's aging. And nothing is wrong with the honey. You take that container, put it in a pot, take a container of honey, put it in a pot of water, and a nice medium flame. You don't want the water to boil. And in about maybe 10-15 minutes, that honey is reliquefied and it's good as new.
Oh, okay, because I think all of us are victims of throwing honey away. I've thrown some away. I have so long. I said, wait.
That's good for the beekeeper because you're going to come back and buy
Right.
more.
So how is the business? How is it?
It's
for you?
it's a good business. I always tell people interested in bees start off as a hobby, not just for the money, because you invest big, you can lose big. So learn as you go along. And but sometimes it's disheartening when you have what they have on right now, the CCD, colony collapse disorder, where the bees are just dying,
Yeah.
and they still cannot pinpoint what's causing it.
Sure.
But the last I heard, they were referring to, which might have been one of the problems, not just the main problem, was the Israeli an Israeli collapse syndrome, Israeli acute collapse syndrome. They figured that might have something to do with it, but not the main source. And also, back in 1920, they banned the importation of bees from Australia to the U.S. and they lift that ban back in 2004 because of the almonds they're growing in California.
Okay.
And I have imported queens from California this year and last year, and I've been hit with that CCD, as they call it, colony collapse disorder. So we don't know if that is a contributing factor to the CCD.
I heard also maybe cell phones.
Oh no! Yeah, I heard that too. But the cell phone towers are still here, and the bees are up and alive and running. So
Okay.
no.
So it's not the cell phone.
It's not
towers.
cell phone towers.
So it's something that. So has that bothered the crop at all? The supplies with the food and everything, with the vegetables and stuff that the bees.
It seems as though it's affecting most beekeepers from fall through winter.
Oh, okay.
So we are now getting to that point again, and we just have to watch and see what's happening. Monitor the situation and see if it's going to happen again this year. So, but it's a big business out in California because California is now supplying about 80% of the world's almonds, and they continue to plant almonds, thousands and thousands of acres, and they need bees.
They need it to pollinate.
They need the bees to pollinate.
I want you to bring me some kind of film so I can see this whole action of pollination and everything I was talking.
I think I'd have to bring it and give it to you as an assignment, as homework, because we wouldn't get through
Yeah. I mean, I would just like to see exactly the whole thing of the bees, because I mean, my education on bees is not that much. I guess my thing was always chase them away and not knowing the importance of them, and then the yellow jacks.
You take flowers that needs to be pollinated, produce, let's say, fruits and stuff like that, and those flowers, you have it in a house, and it's not being pollinated by the insects. The flowers fall off, and eventually you wouldn't get fruits from it because they have to be pollinated.
They have to be pollinated.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we're at the end here now. Again, we have the bee brother here, Butch, with Butch Apparels. Appears a P.O. Box 306, Marlboro, New Jersey 07746. We're gonna have him back in December, and we have Gordon, Toby Gordon, Spread the Word Bookstore. Again, try to get by there Saturday at 7 a.m. until the end. We're gonna have a big celebration there. May God be with you. Good night.
You've been listening to the Real Talk Show with Reverend Zechariah A. Jackson, founding pastor and Church of What's Happening Now in Plainfield, New Jersey. If you'd like to contact Reverend Jackson, call 908-361-2761.
Possibly
That's
cell phone towers.
We'll pass it around.
Very good.
Organization. Thank you for supporting
Brown.
Wilma Brown?
Yes.
Or visit us on the web at www.northcoast.org. If you're ever in the Atlanta area, we welcome you to come join us for services at World Changers Church International, home of the